Can you see that okay?
Gotcha, yep.
Okay. Have you been to your website yet?
I think I have, yes.
Looks just like this?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm going to walk you through a few things, both on the website and what we call the back office of the website. So,
okay.
This is what your customers see. Okay. So a customer comes on and they want to check out the products. They just click on products. They come down, come down here. I'm going to pull up the soft gels just for giggles. If I get it right, there we go. So they can go and they look at all the products we sell and say, let's say that they like the CBD with coffee berry. They want to know a little bit more about that. Okay, so if they clicked on that, it's going to give you some information telling you about the product, what it does, how, you know, this one here, it's it's basically the coffee cherries. Before you roast it, it's just the berry, and that's where they get the extract from to give you the energy for this particular product. So it tells you all that. It shows you the pricing down here. Now, you can sell people stuff at $89, but I tell people there's no reason to. Okay, there's a couple things you can do so that everybody can get it to the $69. If you, for one thing, obviously they can join as a distributor for free if they want to, and then they'll get that price.
Okay.
They can also sign up as a preferred customer. And what you do to become a preferred customer is they go on, they order the product, and it'll ask them if they'd like this order every single month. And if they say yes, they become a preferred customer. The price drops from $89 to $69.
Right, okay.
Gotcha. Now, we've all been there, where you sign up for something, some auto ship or something that's going to be billed to you every month. And it was easy to get into it, but it's an act of God to get out of it, right?
Right.
We're not like that, okay? Actually, there's a place where they can cancel at any time, or they can just drop a email to the company and just say stop, or they can tell you if you're the one that sold it to them. They can just tell you, and you can make a phone call to the company and they'll stop it. It's multiple, but it's very, very simple. This company doesn't play gimmicks like that. That's why I'm part of it. It's honest.
Right.
What else was I going to tell you about that? Also, we have a couple of things I want to mention while right here. We have a loyalty rewards program for our customers. Say you had a friend who wanted this product and tried it and really liked it. It was working well for them, but they thought, God, I can't spend $69 every month. If they can get you 3 new customers, every month they get you 3 new customers, their product will be free.
Okay.
As long as it's equal quality product. So that's a nice way. So your customers can actually be working as kind of your salespeople, referring people so they can get free product they want. That's pretty cool. The other thing I want to mention while I'm right here is, and this is so important, with every product we sell, you have a 60-day empty bottle money back guarantee. Okay, who does that? Who does that? You know, if you tried this product and you used it all up and said, that didn't work for me, send back the bottle and they'll give you your money back. Okay, I don't know of any company that does that. You know, maybe Craftsman Tools. You know, if you broke a Craftsman tool, they give you another tool. But again, we are so sure that our products work that we have no problem giving you that kind of guarantee. Okay. Now, also, some people buy stuff because of they like to read. Some people want to actually want to see the directions or the description of what's on the bottle. Some people want to view the documentation. We have documentation. Every single batch of CBD oil that is produced for our company, the hemp is raised in an organic farm, and then it is taken to a private lab who makes the oil, and then it's sent to an independent lab who tests it for purity, potency, and antimicrobial tests to make sure it's a good quality product before we even think about bottling it. Mm-hmm. And the antimicrobial test, what that basically tells us is whether or not there's mold in it. most companies that are doing this type of procedure have microscopic black mold in their product and they don't even know it because they don't test for it. We do, okay? When we pick our hemp, we freeze dry it, so there's no chance for the mold to happen anyway, but then we still test for it. And when it says view test documentation, every product we have has a QR code on the back, and you can either get a QR code reader app for your phone and look at it, and it'll take you to show you that batch, everything about that batch, or you can. There's also when you click on this view documentation, it will take you to a place where you can actually put the code from the bottle in there, and it'll show you the exact batch you came from. So you'll be able to tell everything you want. If you were a little suspect about what was in ours, it would tell you what the potency was. It would tell you how much CBD was in it, how much CBC, CBG, everything you'd want to know is in that documentation. Now, a lot of people don't care about that, but some people do. So we have it there. Then if some people want to, they like to see a little bit more than just read, we have little mini commercials.
Enjoy an organic and natural boost of energy with HempWorks CBD plus coffee berry extract. Coffee berry extract is a patented formula derived from carefully selected and hand-picked Arabica coffee cherries, which are known for their antioxidant properties and naturally derived caffeine. Plus, it's sourced from only Rainforest Alliance certified farms. For an extra dose of wow, each soft gel also is infused with Neurofactor, a unique profile of polyphenols that has been shown to support the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, a key neuroprotein involved in overall brain function and performance. Coffee berry, Neurofactor, and CBD is the perfect mixture for the healthy energy levels and brain function you're looking for. No jitters, more energy, overall well-being. There's nothing like a healthy boost of energy from HempWorks CBD plus coffee berry extract.
Okay. So not every product we have has that, but a lot of them do, and most everything going forward is going to have something like that.
Good.
So again, it just makes it easier. You know, some people like different ways of learning about the product.
Mm-hmm.
So that's our products. Then of course across the top, they want to know more about the company. It's here. They want to know about our opportunity and our compensation plan. It's here. Events coming up. And of course the documentation I talked about. So this is what you have from the what we call the front office, or what your customers will see. Okay. Now we're going to go into back office. We go up here to log in, click on that. And this is an account I made up for my wife, so I'd have one I could demo. To get into your back office, you'd put your whatever you created for a username, which is the name you use to get onto your website. That goes in the front. The first one. The second one is the password that you made for yourself. Okay. The reason I bring that up, you'd be amazed how many people forget their password before they get on one time.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
So here we are. We're going into the back office. Okay?
Yeah, I was kind of browsing through that. I watched the what was it? I guess the initial documentation, how to get started.
Oh yeah.
I read through that this morning. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to start off. I'm going to show you a couple quick things here. First thing I'm going to show you is user and billing info. Okay. Go in there when you get a chance. Just double check, make sure everything went in the right way for you. Check your user info. If you want to have a picture of yourself in there, this is a place where you can put an image of yourself in the avatar. Rotator, your rotator is going to say alternate legs, and we're going to leave it right there for you to start with. After you make a note to yourself that after we've signed 4 people up on your team, we'll reevaluate that. For now, though, it's going to be one on the left, one on the right, one on the left, one on the right. The advantage you have over many people in network marketing is the fact that I have already blown up one of my legs. I'll never have to put any more volume on that. So that means that I'm building on your side. So I'm building one of the legs that you're building, I'm also building. So that's going to be a big benefit for you. Okay. So it's me building, you building, it's everybody else that I sign up is also building. So let's take, once you have been in the business a while and you see how this works, you're going to realize that we're doing about 40-45% of your work for you, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Then just double check your credit cards, make sure that's right, make sure your shipping address is right. Auto ship. As I told you, I think you came in at director, if I remember right.
I did the spray pack, yeah.
Yes, the director spray pack. So that brings you in. So you're now at the director level. We're going to work throughout the month to get you to make a little more money so we can get you upgraded to the executive level, because the executive level, you won't leave any money on the table. And I just, it goes against everything I believe in to have my people leave any money on the table.
Right.
Okay. So, but you are going to have a monthly auto ship. Okay. That's the one. This is like any business. When I started my tire store, it cost me $150,000 to start my store. And it cost me, I had to make profit of at least $30,000 a month just to make, pay my rent, all that. Well, your overhead is your auto ship. What I recommend you doing, now you can start off with just a 40 BV. Well, actually you're a director now, so you need to be up to the 90. So what I would recommend, this is the ideal way of doing it, is buying a director pack every month. Okay. It's going to cost you $200 plus shipping. That'll give you 100 business volume, and which will mean you will always be qualified for every single commission you would have coming to you. So rather than playing the game of, now you could start with a 40 business volume pack and then just make sure you sell another 50 during the month and things like that. But I had a few years back in another company I was with, I had somebody lose almost $1,400 in commissions over a $50 purchase.
Yeah.
and I don't want my people doing that. So
right.
I said, this is the ideal way of doing it. So you just look at it, this is your overhead. High Life Travel is here. I'll just mention it real quick. That's one of our companies. If you're doing any traveling of course, nobody's traveling right now,
right.
But when you start doing traveling, you can sign up for that for $29 a month or $299 a year. And I'll guarantee you your first trip you take anywhere, you're going to make more than that back. Now, we don't save you all that much on airfare because that's very competitive, but I'll give you an example. They had a hotel. Did I already tell you this about Hotels.com?
No.
Okay.
No.
Hotels.com, you've probably heard of.
Uh-huh.
They had a special. That was their bragging rights for the week. This is their special, right? And they're known for having good prices. They had this hotel in California, week stay, it was going to be like $2,100. Okay, real nice place. That was their bragging rights. That was the thing they were using for their weekly special for everything they do. Our everyday price for that was $528 less than theirs.
Oh wow!
So
wow.
You can see it wouldn't take long to pay the $299 back.
Right.
So that I just mentioned that in passing. Here's the important thing though: payment options. I want to make sure you get paid. So we go in here. This pay on your card takes way too long to get. I don't recommend it. I do the direct deposit right to my checking account. Now, let's face this. You just met me. You just started this company. You're not sure about us. I don't blame you. So if you have any question about whether or not you want us knowing your checking account numbers and all that, go down to the bank, set up a separate checking account.
Right.
And use that for your business account. What that does a couple things for you. By the end of the year, all your money will be deposited in that account. And then anything you do for expenses like your monthly auto ship, things like that, pay out of that account. And then at the end of the month, you'll have all your information in one place for when you do taxes.
Right.
So
right.
That's what I recommend. I mean, I have people that just go ahead and give me their or no, don't give it to me, but they put it in their information.
Mm-hmm.
But that's again, that's the way I think is the best way. You can also be paid by Bitcoin. You can be paid by this thing we call Global e-wallet, which is another type of MasterCard that goes around the world. We're even now paying in silver, gold, and platinum because certain countries just don't trust currencies anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So we pay all those ways. But a direct deposit into a checkbook would be the ideal setup. But it's totally up to you what you want to do.
Right.
Okay. So that's going to take us to that. This credit wallet, I have a lot of people in Africa, and some of them have problems with their currencies and stuff like that. I've actually had people transfer money to me, and then I would take, when I get some of my commissions, I have them put into credit wallet rather than into my account. And that gives me, that way I can easily transfer money to some of my distributors if they needed something in a hurry. So it also, at the end of the month, if I look and I'm close to a rank, but I'm shy by a couple hundred points, well, I can go in and buy something and do it instantly, just like that. Make sure I make the rank before the end of the, end of the closeout. So it's just something that I use a lot. Some people never use it, but it's there. Okay, next thing we're going to talk about is loyalty rewards program. This is pretty cool. Now, if you do what I suggest and you're buying the $199 auto ship every month, I think you went with sprays, so I think sprays might be $159, but this is if you were buying the CBD oils, and for this example. But the company wants to make sure that everybody does their auto ship. It just makes good sense. It makes sure people are active, the whole 9 yards. So they're willing to give you an incentive for doing that. If you, on this particular example, if you're buying your auto ship every month, and the first 3 months, you get 10% loyalty dollars for every month. So you get $60 back towards free product. The second quarter, you get 15%, third quarter, 20%, fourth quarter, 25%. When you get to the fifth quarter, they'll give you 30% loyalty dollars back on your auto ship. And they'll do that as long as you're in the business, okay? Oh, wow. So, you're going to spend $600 in this example, $600 over 3 months, and they're going to give you $180 worth of free product. That's pretty cool.
Pretty good, yeah.
The only one thing to remember, if you ever skip a auto ship, it starts all over again. So you don't want to do that. The thing you want to pay attention to as time goes on, you got your credit card in the back office. Make sure if you get a new credit card with a new expiration date, make sure you put the expiration date in there, or that could catch it. Okay.
Right. Okay.
So that's that. Next thing, websites, URLs. Okay. Remember when you saw my ad and then we sent you all that? Well, this is what you get. What we've been doing is we run the ad, and then we usually send out the Candace Bird Davis presentation. Is that the one you saw?
Yes.
Yes. We send that out because we're trying to be honest. We can't use the words CBD, or we can't use network marketing on Facebook. Okay, they don't allow it. Okay. The network marketing I can understand. It's because there's 10,000 network marketing companies. That's all that would ever be on there if they let it. So I get that. CBD really ticks me off because CBD is legal in our country, and yet there's still the Facebook wants to be progressive, and yet they're still holding on to rules that are already bypassed. So it's kind of a contradiction of terms there. But so anyway, because of that, what we've been doing is I don't want to drag anybody through a lot of stuff if they're not interested. So we show the Candace Bird Davis one right off the bat, so right off up front what we're doing, okay? And then if they're still interested, then we send them one of these links, and these links will then take. Of course, you click on the link, it'll ask you for your name and your phone number and your email, and then it takes you to that place where you saw all the other videos. Okay, when that happens, and when you did that, what happened was it automatically placed you in my team as a pre-enrollee, so that when you're enrolled, I would get credit for it. And it also the company's system automatically knew what happened, and they sent me an email and said Dana just pre-enrolled. Make sure you follow up with her. So it's a pretty slick. And then of course they keep sending you a few emails every once in a while just to kind of keep you involved.
Right.
So it's a pretty good marketing system. It's all free. So once you get to this point, all you have to do is you just go down here and you copy one of these links, copy it, and then paste it into an email, a text message, on Messenger, wherever, and send it to a friend of yours and just say, hey, I'm in this new business. I'm really excited about it. Check it out. And they click on it. The moment they click on it, put their name and stuff in it, now you know they're looking at it. The thing I also like about this, there's 15 of these. So you can either choose the one that you think fits your personality, or you can customize it for the people you want to send to. Like, here's a girl doing yoga. Maybe you send that to all your friends that are work out a lot. Down here, there's a couple with a lady with a gray hair and a man with gray hair. So, it talks about need more money for retirement. I got to say something about this because I'm 65 and I'm there, but 50 people over the age of 50 on average in this country, on average, have less than $5,000 put away for retirement.
Oh, I can believe that.
Pretty sad. This business is saving a lot of retirees from, living a life that they didn't want.
Yeah.
So this is fantastic. And again, you can customize it any way you want. So that's that. Now I'll mention over here, if you have friends that speak other languages, we have it in subtitles. All these can be done in subtitles in French, German, Hungarian, Italian, Romanian, Russian, and Spanish.
Wow.
So, and I'll tell you, when I first got into network marketing, real quick story, I got in, immediately called up one of my old sales guys, and I told him to come up. My sales pitch was pretty fun. I said, Mike, I'm in something new. You're going to like it. Get your ass over here. And I hung up. He came over. I showed him a video. Oh, yeah. He came over. He signed up. 2 days later, he signed up his next door neighbor. A couple days later, he signed up his son-in-law. That guy was at a wedding about a couple weeks later, met a guy at the wedding. They got talking about it. He signed him up. He had friends in South Africa. The guy in South Africa signed up. He signed his brother-in-law, who's in the United Kingdom, who signed up his sister, who was in the Netherlands, who signed up somebody else from France. This all happened in my first 30 days. Okay.
Oh my God.
So now, will that happen all the time? No. But the bottom line is, you never know when you're going to need these languages.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
So if you copy that link, it automatically goes to me. Like they'll know it's from me.
When you look at yours, this one here, it says K5D Enterprises. That's my wife.
Gotcha. Okay.
When you see yours, that part there is going to be you.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And so when you copy it, it's automatically the company's going to know it's you.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. It's Josh, the owner of this company. I've known him since he was 18. This kid is a genius, really is, and he was made for this kind of business. He's a marketing genius. So from here, one other thing I want to show you in websites, just so you'll know it. As you start building your team, we have a contact manager, and you come back here, and basically you can break it down any way you want: affiliates, pre-enrollees, preferred customers, retail customers, whatever you want to do. And you can pull up everybody you have and say, so you can tell, say you want to pull up all your affiliates that were active, you pull them up and give them a call. Maybe you pull up everybody who's inactive and just say, oh, I want to make sure they're still active by the end of the month. Just call them up and say, hey, did you notice that you hadn't bought a product yet? I don't want you to go inactive at the end of the month. So this is a business in a box. This allows you to do everything you need to do to manage your products, manage your team, manage your life. It really is. It's pretty cool. So I wanted to show you where that was. Next thing, I'll show you training. This, over the next month, you should get really familiar with this. Here's, of course, this is the pre-enrollee video. So those are the 4 videos you saw to begin with. There's a HempWorks office tour. There's Josh and Jenna's story. But the one that you want to really pay attention to, this one, weekly training. Every Tuesday, as Jody probably sent you, every Tuesday at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, they do a 1-hour training with a guest. And they've had some pretty impressive guests. I don't know how they do this, but they brought in, Jenna was with, where is he? He was with Eric Worre. Eric Worre is world famous for network marketing. They brought him in. They brought in Todd Falcone, who's another well-respected one here. Ray Higdon, who wrote the book Go for No, which is a great sales tool. Robert Hollis he's already made he's already made 54 million. I think it's 54 millionaires in network marketing. while he's been in this business. He got done. He retired. He remarried. His wife wanted to do something like this, so he decided to help. And they're already at the 500K affiliate level. They're growing like crazy. Yeah. But he was at convention. You see that flowered shirt he's wearing?
Mm-hmm.
He came to convention and spoke in front of everybody. We're a pretty laid back company.
Yeah.
People at the convention were in jeans and all kinds of stuff. And he comes walking out with that Hawaiian shirt and a pair of shorts and a pair of flip flops. That's what he spoke in.
Right. Oh my God.
So it's a little different than the kind of stuff I'm used to, but it's fun. Bob Proctor, he's the guy that wrote he wrote The Secret. That's a famous thing about network marketing. But the ones I want to point out to you right off the bat here, you already saw Candace Bird Davis in the presentation. This is some training with her and Antonina Griffin. These two women are powerhouses. Okay, I tend to be a pretty good judge of people just from chatting with them. I believe you're going to relate to those people. I think you're gonna get a lot from what they are, and you're gonna see some of yourself in them. Okay, yeah. So these are all an hour long, so I'd recommend you watch that one as soon as possible. And the other one, the one we had last week with Lindsay Tronelone, she is fabulous. She's only a 25. I say only. She's a 25K affiliate. So when I saw that, I go, oh, okay, this is going to be some girl who's going to be so full of herself because she finally made 25K and she's going to, this. I was dead wrong. This girl is a powerhouse. She's got a lot of great ideas. I've already watched her video 3 times, and she talks fast, so I have
right.
So I have to take notes and then go back and look at it again. But she has some great ideas. That'd be another one. So if you watch those 2, you'll get a lot about this business, and you'll feel so much more powerful as far as knowing where to go with this. But yeah, she just overwhelmed me with the amount of ability she had in how she trains with such humility. It was really good. So anyway, there's that. When you get a chance somewhere along the way, you might want to go into compliance and watch a couple of the compliance videos so you don't end up doing anything that gets you in trouble. Now, when I say in trouble, if you present something on Facebook or something they don't like, they'll send you an email on this. They don't do that anymore. It's a light slap of the wrist. I've probably been slapped a half dozen times already.
Yeah.
The only time they get nasty is you do the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So, so here, a lot of training. I tell people when they get in the business, I said, first 30 days, take an hour a day, just go in and look at something, and I did that when I first got in the business, and people were amazed how much I knew about this in such a short period of time. But you just do a little bit each time.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be overwhelming otherwise.
Right.
Okay. That's training. I'll just show you this real briefly. You see where it says HempWorks Wholesale.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't have many people use this, but it's there for you if you want. Say you had if you had a best friend that was had a holistic doctor's office, or somebody who owned a health store or something like that. They can come in and buy our products and sell them. The only way you can sell these products other than selling them like we are, word of mouth, is through a company like this. We have certain caveats, okay? They can come in, they can buy 50, choose any amount of anyone they want. They can buy a 50 pack, costs them $1,900. You get, you get 500 BV business volume, so you're not gonna make as much commission as normal. But again, you're going to sell quite a little. They would get they charge them $38 per bottle, and then $35 flat shipping costs. If they were down here and they wanted to buy 250 pack, that gets the price down to $30 per bottle and $120 flat shipping. The only caveat to this is they can't undercut us price-wise.
Right.
So they have to sell it for $69. Okay. Now, if they get caught doing otherwise, we won't sell to them.
Right.
But most businesses, when you tell them they have to make a certain amount of profit, they don't get upset about it.
Right.
So that's that. And of course, do the same thing with the higher rated, the 750 milligram. And then we have down here, this one I've actually had a couple people do. where is it right here? The pet products.
Mhm.
Pet products is one of our bigger sales. We've had people with dogs that, you know, were like 12 years old that were just kind of laying around. They had sore joints and all that. They start taking the CBD oil, and within a week or so, they're jumping around like a puppy. You know, it takes, because it gets rid of the inflammation.
Yeah.
No inflammation, no pain. So we have both the bacon flavored drops, which you can either put in their mouth, or you can just put them on their food, or we have the beef flavored dog treats that also have CBD. So, and again, those we provide the 250 pack.
Sorry.
No problem.
I'll be back.
So here they can buy up to a 250 pack of products. You know, this would be good for a veterinary or you know, anywhere that has to do with pets.
Mm-hmm.
So again, might be something you never do, but I always like to bring it to people's attention.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Tools. There's several things in here, but the bottom line is we have an apparel and gear store where you can buy clothing for this.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
Yeah, we used to outsource it, and we weren't satisfied with what we were getting, so the company now does it in-house. And then, of course, the important thing, compensation plan. 16 pages to the compensation plan. I read that thing probably 10 times before I got it all in my head. There's so much to it. But I will tell you, I've looked at a lot of comp plans. I got a lot of friends in this industry, and I've never seen a better one. It's fair. You got to remember that Josh and Jen were both distributors before they were owners, and they tried to create a comp plan they would have liked if they'd been a distributor. So it's very fair. It's very lucrative, and certain things like the leadership check match, being able to do that even if you only signed up one person in your whole life, that's unheard of. That's unheard of. You know, so very, very fair. So that's that. Last thing I want to show you here is international expansion. As you get going, it never fails, somebody's going to come in touch with you and say, hey, are we selling this in Austria? Well, let's find out. So we click on Austria, and it shows you exactly everything that we sell in Austria. Okay. If you go to the bottom of the country, like Austria, they get all their products shipped, I believe, out of it's either Ireland or the Netherlands. But some countries have their own country manager in their country office. Like if you go to, well, let's go to Kenya, because I'm proud of that, because I helped start that one. You go to Kenya, this shows what they are able to sell for products right now, because we're still waiting for approval on the CBD oil products. That tells you where the office is. I've been there many times, right? Koinange Street and Kenyatta Avenue in Nairobi. Cyrus Mathu is the country manager. He's a good friend of mine. We have 4 country managers in Africa, and I'm good friends with all of them. So if you ever have a problem, they'll do me a solid.
Right.
So again, so if you had somebody that said, hey, I'm interested in selling in Kenya, how would I go about it? We would, either you could or I could contact Cyrus through email or phone, tell him I got somebody that's interested in coming to the office. We'd schedule a time. They would go to the office. We give them the address of the office. They go there. Cyrus would meet them at the door and give them a tour of the place and show them everything they needed to see. Okay. Our offices, a lot of network marketing companies in other countries, when they set up an office, it's usually this little dinky little thing, especially in Africa. It might be a little 15 by 15 office. We have a whole floor of this building, okay? And we do that everywhere we go. We have enough room so that we can train over 100 people at a time. We have multiple office spaces. We have multiple smaller meeting rooms. So we impress the heck out of the Africans when they walk in.
Yeah.
So that's that. Where do we go from here? Well, first thing you should do is make a list of everybody you know. Don't prejudge, okay? Then you can start a couple ways. You can start by sending everybody just an email with that link and just say, hey, I'm starting something new. I'm real excited. I was thinking of you, that this might be something that you'd like to. Check out this link. Something simple like that. Don't overdo it, because you don't you don't want to give them enough information up front, so they make a judgment without having enough information to make a smart judgment. Okay.
Right.
So, and that's what so many people do. They'll say about, they'll say, oh, it's a great company. We sell CBD products. It's got a great commission plan. And it just babble, and it just kind of throws the person off. So, you're just playing the odds. You're showing this to everybody, and the ones that want to look at it. If they're interested, then we follow up with them. But you can either do that, or if you want to, you can set up a grand opening like you would in any business and invite 25, 30, 40, 50 people to a Zoom call like this, using my Zoom if you want. And you'd come on, you'd introduce me. Maybe I'd either do a full presentation, or I might bring on some of my other leaders to just kind of to mix it up a little bit. And we'll do the presentation for you, and then you just follow up with the people afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's what I'm going to talk a little bit about goal. My goal for you, now this is a goal, not a promise, okay? My goal for you in 90 days is for you making $4,000 a month at this.
That'd be great.
Okay? Would that be enough to change your life?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, I've had people get in business like this with me before, show up at every meeting, show up for everything, but never invite a guest, never do anything. A year and a half later, they quit and they say network marketing doesn't work.
Right.
And yet they have never done it. They all showed up, but they never did anything. They equate showing up as being that they did something, and it's not. I've had other people who've gotten in this business and they made $4,000 their first 10 days. Okay. So it all comes down to who you are, where you are, how many people are looking for something like this.
Right.
With the pandemic right now, there's upwards of 40 million people looking for a plan B, just in this country alone.
Absolutely.
So this makes sense. And you're selling something that everybody's looking for. There is tons of magazine articles over the last 2 years about the benefits of CBD. Mm-hmm. You go on Google, there's 9,000 articles about the benefits of CBD.
Yeah. Crazy.
It is. So when you got something people want and they can make money at it on top of that, and we're in the situation we're in right now, it's, you said it best when I talked to you the first time. I remember you said, this is kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And it is. Now, that doesn't mean you're not going to get tons of no's, because we all do.
Of course. Yeah.
But again, it's, to me, this, I was doing a presentation today at 1 o'clock with my African team, and we were talking about, you can work 40 hours a week for 40 years and retire on 40% of your income. Mm-hmm. That's relatively a new thing. That's only about a century old. Before that, we never had anything like, nobody had anything like that. But we've got so used to it during our life that everybody thinks that's the way it should be, right?
Yeah, right.
But if you could do that, or you could work your butt off for 2 to 5 years, and when I say work your butt off, I mean just keep bringing people to these type of things, and do a little bit of leadership, a little bit of training. In 2 to 5 years, you can put yourself in a position where you don't really have to work very hard anymore. You'll still have your teams, and you'll still have to get up there every once in a while and say hi and maybe do a little training, but you get to the point where you're only working 5 or 10 hours a week. And mm-hmm. I know some of the guys that are making the most money are working 5 and 10 hours a month.
Right.
And again, so you have your choice of working 2 to 5 and having the other 35 to 38 years to yourself, or working your whole life. I know which one I prefer.
Yeah, exactly.
I wish I'd heard about this when I was younger, but.
Yeah, I'd rather work and make money for myself than work and make money for someone else.
Exactly. There's nothing like it.
Right.
And when you're doing it, I've had a great run. I mean, I've owned 8 businesses, the whole 9 yards. I've had a great run. I've been married for 41 years. Everything goes good for me. And when I go to places like Africa, I'll give you an example. Alice just took 3rd place in a competition we had with our company this last month. She won $5,000 for the bonus. And in doing so, to get to the bonus, she made $5,600 otherwise. So she made $10,600. Now, that sounds like a lot of money in this country, and it is. But you have to understand, she's from Uganda. She works for the government. You know what she makes per month?
Yeah, probably nothing.
$300 a month, working 60 hours a week and she's in senior level management, right? $300 a month. She made more money. She's making 2.5 years in 1 month in this company. When she called us and talked to us, tears were running down her face, tears of joy. You know, I mean, that affects me. I'm making money, I'm having fun, and I'm feeling like I'm doing good. I mean, what more could I ask for?
Right.
You know, so anyway, the goal is $4,000 a month, and how we're going to get there is over those 90 days. I need you to bring me at least 100 people. Now, all I'm saying is you invite 100 people to the calls. We can do the calls on what we call three-way calls. If you have an individual you want me to talk to, you, me, and her would get on a phone call, and I could answer all their questions after they've seen what you gave them. Or we can do a full presentation, like for a grand opening for you. Any way you want to do it. Okay. So over those 90 days, if you can bring 100 people, I can already tell you statistically what's going to happen. Okay. And I'm being real conservative. 20% or 20 of those people are going to want to become affiliates, and you're going to make money off everything they do. Okay. Now I'm telling you 20%, our closing rate in the last 6 months has been close to 35%.
Yeah.
I'm still going to say 20%. Okay. So you're going to make money off of them, and we're going to help them the same way we're helping you to build their team, build we don't leave anybody behind as long as they're willing to work. 40% or 40 of that 100 are going to say, well, I'm not a distributor type, but I've heard about the products and I want some. Or they know somebody who needs some. Everybody's got that Uncle George that's got arthritis and never been able to fix it. So you're going to get 40 customers out of that, and we're going to set them up as preferred customers, and they're going to order every single month, and you're going to make a residual income off of them. Okay? Now, the last 40% are going to say, no, I'm not interested in the products. I'm not interested in the business. And what we do with them, and I'm going to actually play out the scenario. Okay. I'm going to say, I'll tell them, thank you for coming tonight. Mm-hmm. Because I'm a salesperson, I've been trained never to take no for an answer when I hear no once. I got to hear no twice. So I said, I'm going to ask you, is the reason you said no because I didn't explain myself well enough? Or maybe you have more questions, or is it really a solid no? Some of them say, yeah, I got more questions than I asked, and sometimes they decide to come with us. Others will say, no, I'm really not interested. No. I said, all right, then this is where we go from here. Dana thanks you for coming. You're a true friend for showing up and giving us 45 minutes of your time. And I wish you the best at whatever you do.
Right.
Dana has one last question to ask of you. Okay. Everybody knows somebody who's always working 3 or 4 jobs, always working all the overtime they can get, always trying to make more, always trying to do better by their family. I know you know somebody like that because everybody knows somebody like that. If you would give us their names, we'll reach out to them the same way we did you. We'll present them the same way we did you. We'll give them the same dignity and respect that we gave you. And if they say no to us twice, like you did, the only thing we'll ask them is, who do they know? Sound fair enough? I've never had somebody not give me a name. Most people give me 3, 4, 5 names.
Oh, wow.
So that way you never run out of a pool of people to talk to. And you're not only that, but you're getting a pool of people that have already been pre-qualified by their friends as entrepreneurs.
Yeah, yeah.
So when you look at it from that standpoint, you never end up walking away from one of these with negativity, because you're going to end up with a distributor, a customer, or a referral. And you win anyway. That's the way I built this team. And as I should have said during that, I made a promise to myself when I got into network marketing 12 years ago that I would never lose anyone a friend, and I never have. I will never oversell. I will never. I honor the no's, and it's just common sense, because if I'm a super salesman and I can talk somebody into getting into it that didn't really want to, guess what? Tomorrow morning they wake up, I've got to call them again and just get them going, because they're saying, "Oh, what did I do?" Who's got time for that?
Right.
We want people that are self-motivated.
Self-motivated, yeah.
So that's my orientation. Going forward, you have my phone number, my messenger, everything. You can reach out to me anytime you want to. I'm real good about returning messages. Usually, a lot of times it's almost instantaneous, but
Mhm.
at most it's 2 or 3 hours.